Good morning. Body updates over last night. Have I heard back from Every? Nope. I went through their process again and I just got the point of entering the tracking number and it says we are already looking into this. I will send a message to say that you've chased it. Press 1 for another tracking number, and that was it. You never get to talk to a person. But so I've chased that up because I want to know what they come back with, so I can then put that in an email to the eBay sellers. eBay to the Chinese supermarket sellers. But yeah, so that's the only update on that. That's the oh bloody hell, how many more times are you gonna forget the poxy numbnuts? Oh, it's normally one of the first things I do, but obviously not today. Yeah, that is the stone texture effect which, to be honest, hasn't come out that bad, but my only problem now is I probably will not be able to split it without peeling a load of that off, but we'll see if I can split it and put some resin in the windows. And the other thing, which seems to get mentioned every video, is that other pack arrived. Pentart Rust Effect set for real rust. Now this is different from the AK one because it comes with 3 reagents, a brown one, a yellowish red one, and also a yellow one. And you don't get a paste or anything, you just get a jar of what I presume is iron filings. It's called a Rust Effect powder, and that you just add to either some PVA or some acrylic paint. So I'm going to try both and see how they come out. And the other thing on my list, I'm going to cut them down and stick them on and see if I need to print any more. I don't think I'll bother doing the back because that probably won't be seen unless I have a few left over or something, but that's what I've got on the table for today. So let's go. First thing, that has split apart alright. Whether it go back together again is another matter, but at least I can put the resin in it now. And that's what them little bottles I had on order was for, to get it in the fine things like the towels. But yeah, anyway, that's not too bad. I've just well, I'm just running a test on that new set. That is just with it in PVA. That is with it mixed in with burnt sienna paint, and that is with it mixed in with burnt sienna paint and some iron filings dropped on the top, and that is just with it mixed in with the burnt sienna paint on a pre-coated card, and all the liquids meshed together. And that, my guess would be that they are iron filings and the solutions are different mixtures of hydrogen peroxide and vinegar, because you can definitely smell the vinegar. I think it's hydrogen peroxide, white vinegar and salt with iron filings, but we'll see how that goes. I'm going to get round to cutting out some of them now. Well, I cut all the stickers out. I've got them on there, but I've still got a lot of gaps. So I'm going to have to go and design another sheet of stickers. Well, that's the other sheet of stickers. Put some album covers on there as well. So I've got to top coat them now and wait. That's what the rust is coming on like from earlier, but that will have to be left 24 hours. That looks like a light rust, and that is some heavy rust, but that just looks all yellow, that bottom bit. But we'll see how that comes. I haven't put no resin in that yet, because I'm sure I've got some syringes somewhere that I can try. But yeah, we just see how it all goes. Not been down here for a couple of days because real life sort of took over. The missus wanted to go down the coast yesterday, so we went down there, and that was nice. Had a walk, looked in a few charity shops, and I got myself a bargain, I think, down there. A Velbon tripod. I think it's vintage, 1970. It is built like a tank. Everything functions on it. It's really heavy. I think we done a quick check, and on eBay they were getting about 30-40 quid and that, but that was a fiver. So I thought I'll have that because it's really sturdy. What else when we got back yesterday, I reordered the stuff from the Chinese supermarket, and the refund process was a lot simpler than what I thought it was going to be. I got immediate refunds on 5 out of the 6 items, so I've reordered them. They should be here next week. As I said, that's got the sound controllers in for that. I've been shopping this morning on, I just got some acrylic paints that I want to use for effects. I've got a crackle effect, I want to try that out, never used that before. Some Johnson's baby powder that I want to mix with a resin to see if I can smooth me 3D prints. What else did I get? I got some more shot glasses for 2 quid because I'm running out of them. Sponge set for £1.50. some burger spikes, burger skewers rather, which cut the points off. They become paint mixers, and don't know why, just some manga brush pens, but they look like rusty shades. So yeah, and talking of rust, that's how the pen art ones turned out. That was with it mixed in with the burnt sienna, and that is just with it mixed in with PVA. Not too bad on a black background, black card, and that is with it mixed in with burnt sienna on a sprayed card. So that is quite a light effect. And that, so I'm happy with that. What do I want to do now? I want to cut them out and get them on there, and hopefully I won't have to do another one. I've got a couple of projects I want to cut on the laser, and we'll see how we go from there. I might try and set this other tripod up with this camera just to see what kind of a view you get, if I can get like a higher view or something, but we'll have a go and see what that comes out like. Okay, new camera angle. That looks a little bit, I don't know, far away. Don't know. Anyway, that was a lot of cutting to get all these out. I had to stop because my eyes became funny on just trying to cut round the album covers, etc. That was the little laser project. Was a 6-sided box that I thought I could cut windows in each side, shove like a tea light in the middle, and then have it rotating slowly on a little turntable, which I've got coming from eBay, only a £5, so we'll see if that works. But it's coming up to, what's the time now, 4 o'clock, and I've still got a couple of other things I want to do. That's the results of the crackle glaze or whatever. Not sure what it's supposed to do because it doesn't look like it's done anything to me. Maybe it's usable on wood or something, I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to stick a few of these on, but I doubt I'll actually finish it because as I said, I've got a few other things I want to do down here before I finish that, but I just have to see how it goes. This is just bloody typical. I'd stuck the majority of them on, still not finished yet, but like you could see white lines along the top, and I thought, oh, you know, blah blah blah. It's only just dawned on me that before you stick them on, if you go around the sides with a black Sharpie, you don't get the white line. Why didn't I think of that right at the beginning before I stuck the first one on? Bloody typical. Well, that's the jukebox finished for now. Right, I want to thank everyone that's actually watched any of these videos, anyone that's liked, and especially the people that have subscribed. What I'm going to try and do, if you haven't been following all the videos, is I'm going to try and do an end screen for the first time to point to the first video. Whether it'll work or not, I don't know. As I said, I've never done it before, so we'll give that a go. But yeah, thanks all. It's been a journey, and as I've said before, probably if I hadn't been documenting this on video and uploading it to YouTube, it would have never got done. So thanks once again for everyone who's taken an interest. And before I start the arcade project, I've got a few other things that I want to do, so there might be a break in videos depending on how quickly the other things take, basically. But thank you, and have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Thank you.